Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be looking at the MCC Haunted Hoedown update video, and we're going to do a little bit of a live reaction, live analysis of the video. Usually I don't watch the videos in its entirety and react, but I'm feeling a little quirky today. Today we're going to give it a shot. Either way, before we get into that, I want to say this video might be out while I'm live streaming. On the stream, we'll be talking about MCC stuff as well. Predictions are tomorrow, so if you want to watch predictions, tune in tomorrow, a couple hours before the MCC event starts, is when I'll be chatting about the, predictions thing. Look at who may win, etc. Because I haven't actually looked at the specific games in this roster and how that affects. Well, I've looked at the games, but I haven't looked at how the game roster affects the predictions. Still thinking that green will probably be the favorite, but we'll see. Anyways, let's start predicting. I'm assuming that this will be chill. I'm gonna just lower the music volume, and then we're gonna look.
MC Championship.
Okay, that's a little loud. Sorry, Stefan. Sorry, Stefan.
The Haunted Hoedown.
I just remembered there's gonna be the thriller music. I am excited. The thriller music is fantastic. The thriller MCC music, I love it. Shout out to Epic Landlord.
Our Halloween-themed MCC.
Oh wait, you know we're making an MCC trading card game, right?
That's right. During our last MCC
Right.
at Twitch.
So, not to just ignore the plug, but they have a trading card game. I already talked about this on the Mogul Mill channel. Obviously, if you're interested in trading card games, go check it out. It's interesting. It looks really interesting. This is a really cool box. It's oh, that's Sky Battle specifically. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, they handed out some custom cards. Here's Gem, and here's Sneak, and here's Kara. Where you see there's a bunch of cool cards. They're based on the creators as well, so if you have a favorite MCC player, there might be a card specifically of them that you could get that just will it'll, I assume, probably help them out. I don't know how the deal works for MCC, but I assume the creators probably either get a little cut or maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, go do the trading card stuff.
MCC newsletter to get notified as soon as it's live, because pre-orders won't be open for long, so don't miss them.
Right.
Okay, spooky stuff time.
Yup.
Starting with the hub, of course.
Yup.
Oh my, the hub has received a total overhaul. And no, not just
That's a
with
cool
a
looking
delightful
spider.
variety of Halloween decorations.
Okay, hold on. We have a huge oversight here. So, or not oversight. We have a top-down view. Rocket Spleef, or Rocket Spook, I think is what it says here. Rocket Spook. Obviously, we saw Dodgebolt here. So this seems to be like a theme park. It's like Wolfeei World. It's like a little theme park area. I wonder if it's inspired. I assume maybe not. Maybe it is. Doesn't really matter either way. Here's the team building area as there was before. This seems like there could be some stuff going on. Maybe this is just decoration. This is obviously the Hall of Fame, the winner area, the decision dome. I assume this whole area over here will be mostly the practice area, so that's cool.
But with the addition of several new games for teams to train on before every
Hey, here's Ace Race. If you haven't seen already, there's been people playing Ace Race. The main expected culprits, Shane and Callum, have been grinding Ace Race. I've heard from watching the Joel stream yesterday a little bit that Shane apparently was playing this for 10 hours, which is diabolical, but I mean he loves it. He just he loves it. So yeah, interesting course. It feels pretty different. So it does test the different skills pretty well. It does introduce the different gameplay mechanics pretty well. So curious to see how that'll go going forward with a roster that is less Minecrafty, because I think this Haunted Hoedown roster is very reminiscent of, like mentioned, season 3 of MCC. It's pretty standard in terms of the players that are in, which isn't a bad thing. But like you don't see like Choco Bars or Masayoshi, right? You see the more experienced players playing this time around, which is interesting.
You see, this includes a completely brand new Ace Race training course.
This is cool.
A Parkour Warrior course similar but different enough to the training.
It is a little. I saw an error there. It does look different, but it's mostly similar. This looks weird, but it's red, so I assume this is a new stage. Maybe it's like Neo-y? I don't know.
Training servers, battle box featuring the canal map, and then
Oh, this is okay. This is a cool way to do it. So this is just like the practice server. We expect the practice server to be deleted, probably, or not deleted, but I don't expect the practice server to exist while this exists and MCC Island exists. So probably the practice server is going to be gone at some point, maybe this year. We'll see.
Then finally, a rocket spleef arena.
This is
And
cool.
to allow
This used to be in the hub already. It was removed a long time ago, and I'm glad it's back.
Just to train on these games, the main MCC server will
Sumo?
open a lot
Okay.
earlier than it usually did
Cool.
in the past. Nice. Of course, with a Halloween MCC, it's time to battle to become the Pumpkin King.
Oh, right, yeah, so they have a little hub game too. Before I talk about the hub game stuff, or before I look into that, the one thing that is really unfortunate, and I've mentioned this either on a recording or on stream, I think it was on a recording, is that, if you didn't know already, a lot of the Season 4 players do have permanent access to the practice server. I think only, well, Rising has their own server, so everyone who's not in Rising has access to the same practice server, which is a really nice, like, little detail, I guess, for us to be able to, remain part of MCC, even though we're not actually part of the roster. That probably won't happen here. I would be surprised if they gave people whitelist access to the MCC server to play these games with the players. I do think it'd be really cool if they did, but I also understand why they won't, or why they wouldn't, potentially. Just want to throw it out there. I think it'd be sick. Obviously, I'm biased. I think it'd be really cool if there was a way for the, the infrequent players to be able to make an appearance without being in the main roster. Though I completely understand how there could be levels of complication there, and maybe the benefit of it could be outweighed by the negative of it. I don't know. Anyways, I think it'd be cool. Just wanted to mention.
Of course, with a Halloween MCC, it's time to battle to become the Pumpkin King. Between each MCC game, players will race around the hub to find Nox Crew members to trick or treat.
That's cool.
Each time they do this, they'll receive funny lists
Stefan.
of treats that they can then use in the Decision Dome to screw things up.
Hell yeah.
The current leading player with the most trick or treats is displayed on a leaderboard in the hub, and they will be crowned as the Pumpkin King, being able to ride around the hub
Hell yeah.
high and mighty on a skeletal horse.
Always
And
fun.
now for the games themselves.
Ooh.
Let's start with the new Battle Box map,
Ooh.
Mystery Manor.
Oh. Wait, this middle feels weird. This is an odd map. I don't think that's bad, though. Because that's probably just means it's different. And different is good, usually. So interesting.
A map set in a mansion's interior where the main mechanic is in its breakable brown.
Oh! Wait, yeah, we saw those here, too. This is breakable, so this could be like a window. This is obviously like a pathway. This, I assume, was already broken partially.
A map set in a mansion's interior where the
Okay.
main mechanic is in
That's
its
cool.
breakable brown blocks, placed strategically around the map. Players will be able to break
This would be really sick if you turn up your block breaking or player, whatever sound effects, right? You bump that to the max, and you can use that as like sound clues. That's like common in like Valorant, CSGO type games. Hopefully there's people that'll do that. If there's anyone, it's going to be like Feinberg or Purpled. I think those people usually would do that type of stuff. I hope they actually do that because I think it'd be really sick. But I guess we'll see. I like this though. This is different, and I think it's different in a good way.
through them to pounce on
Yeah, that
unsuspecting
makes sense.
enemies,
Yeah.
utilizing glowing balls as a
Oh,
method
cool.
of dragging players through walls. Players will also be armed with invisibility sparks. and light-
Oh, that I'm not a fan of. Main reason is just that it feels a little bit lame to die to somebody you can't see. I think that's one of my least favorite parts on BattleBox and MCCI. Maybe it'll work out well. I'm just a little hesitant on this one. I think this one is a little interesting. But we'll see, I guess. You can't call it bad before it actually happens. You can suspect it might not go according to expectations, potentially. But it'll be interesting to see, I guess.
blindness balls to help them be a bit more cunning.
Sky
All right,
Battle.
hold on. I missed a little bit of text there.
With invisibility sparks and blindness
Oh,
balls
blindness.
to help them be a bit more cunning.
Blindness is...
Sky Battle
Yeah.
also gets a brand
This looks sick. I just love space-themed builds. This is fire. I love the look of this. This is sick. Okay, this is awesome. I like this a lot. This looks really cool.
new map, Super Compressor, a massive space station
That's the
attempting
sun.
to compress
Right.
our very sun. It's got a fully
What's interesting, and this is, again, probably just entirely coincidental, there was a Block Wars map that was very much themed the same way. There was a battle map, I think in Block Wars 8, which had like a sun in the middle and like an alien like probe above it, and obviously the rest is different, but alien probe aimed at the sun. Again, not a copy, I'm just saying, coincidentally, it's similar, which is interesting. I think
a
that's
massive
pretty fun.
space station attempting to compress our very sun. It's got a fully traversable
This
outer
isn't.
ring.
I just thought about this. This is a very odd layout. A very odd layout. I'm super curious what the loot pool will look like on this, because if it's very range heavy, that could be a problem. Not a problem in terms of design, but a problem in terms of you got to be careful, because this is very exposed. I'm just saying, and these lines you can still bridge on, but it's fast. But if you get shot, you're dead.
And probably one of the riskiest journeys to the center of any Sky Battle map ever.
Because this is also a pretty decent amount up. So if the fighting is going to have to happen in the outer circle, and then the middle sections is not going to be like proper fighting. It's just going to be poking and like trying to catch like small frags out there. Like you might be able to sneak a kill here and there by pinging someone off the map, but generally speaking, the main activity is going to be in this outer ring probably, and then the final like border is going to be really odd because the map goes up, right? Usually with a Sky Battle map, you'll have the map be relatively flat or like slightly up or down. This is just straight up, and this is lava in the middle, so it's not like you can just jump down. Like this is just lava. You're going up the entire time towards middle, but obviously there's a top border. So I'm very curious to see how that'll squish people in. Maybe people will probably do a strat, that's my expectation at least, where they'll probably try to bridge from down here, and then and they'll just try to stick at the bottom. Maybe if you have like a good bridger, like a purpled, or maybe a Feinberg, or like a Shane or whatever, right? I don't know, Shane's not the greatest bridger, but he's good at the game. If you have someone who's capable of bridging, like really well, usually I'd say Fruit, but he's not playing. You could like box yourself in and just make a tunnel go, and just chill down here, and just hope that people up here are too busy to pay attention to you down here. I think that's probably the main strat, but I don't know.
That's some real horror sci-fi level stuff. I tell you.
This is already a good. I mean, this is obviously like staged, but this could happen. I hope that there's not teams just chilling on this line, because that's so dangerous.
The center circulates a massive ball of lava, aka the sun, along with a 3-layer vertical central arena.
Which is interesting. This is somewhat reminiscent of that one map on Island, the gardeny one, that has that center as well with the higher, like the high raised area. The middle, the lower, sorry. I think it'll be interesting.
Don't worry about all that space, because gravity works a bit like Earth's gravity. There'll be levitation potions that players can use.
Oh, okay. Levitation sparks are back. Interesting. I know that this wasn't the most well-received thing last time around, but I don't know if that was due to the map design or if that was just due to whatever. It does make sense for a map with this much void to have that levy aspect to it, because without it, I feel like it could be a little bit too much. So I think this is an interesting way that levitation sparks could work in the actual event, but you never know. Last time, I don't think they worked super well, because you had clips from like Shane or JoJo just spam levy, crit someone out. Oh, I got knocked off. Spam levy, do it again. Like that's the main quote-unquote problem. Maybe if the things are a bit more equally dispersed or there's a lower amount, it'll work better. We'll see how it works. I think it's interesting.
To their advantage.
Nether Bingo goes to...
Nether Bingo!
You guessed it, the Nether. And players will have a few more fireworks to help with traversal.
Railroad Rush.
Yeah, nothing much to say about Nether Bingo. Obviously, the last time Bingo was in the Nether was, I think, unless they did a Nether Bingo with newer version of Bingo but fast. But I suspect the last time was... No, they didn't do a Halloween event last year. So the last time that there was a Nether Bingo was when the new version of Bingo didn't exist. Obviously, they've improved it a lot from a quality of life, or just gameplay quality aspect. Obviously, it's significantly improved. Curious to see how Nether Bingo will go. I think this one is relatively popular, so I'm excited. Also, just happy to see Bingo back, because I don't think Bingo gets played too much in MCC. It feels like a nice little refresher every now and then. And also, Feinberg's playing, so I mean, I know which POV I'm picking. I think a lot of people will be picking the Feinberg POV for Bingo. It just makes sense. I don't know, man. That's just my opinion.
Players will have a few more fireworks
makes
to
sense.
help with traversal.
Yeah, makes
Railroad
sense.
Rush gets a bit of a slightly creepy autumnal vibe in its dress up.
Rockets believe Rush.
That's it. I mean, fair enough. Railroad Rush is always going to be a game for me that'll remain as a slight question mark, because this game to me feels like it's good. I like it, However, it is very difficult, in my opinion, to completely switch things up here. Again, not sure how much of a problem that's going to be. I think as long as the game gets cycled in and out frequently, or mostly out frequently, it should be fine. But yeah, I could see this kind of getting at least from the public's opinion, kind of getting the perspective that people had on grid runners, and maybe still have grid runners, where I'll just feel samey. But I'm intrigued. I'm curious to see how this will play out. I must say, the Rising one was tragic. The other one, when it was played, was, I think, when I played it. That one was pretty alright. So maybe the experts will be back at it again, because I don't think the main player base, because I don't count Rivals EU, the actual main player base hasn't played this since the last quote-unquote normal event, which was in May. So it's been a long time since they've played this. So I'm curious to see how it'll go.
Vibe in its dress up.
Rocket's Belief Rush visits the Halloween versions of Temple,
Okay.
Santorini, and
Okay.
then Area 51.
So there's no new map. I think I said that there was a new map, but it's just because they reskinned some of them, which is totally fine. I don't think Rocket's Belief is desperate for new content, like new maps. I think this is good. I like
Rush
this.
visits the Halloween versions of Temple, Santorini, and then Area 51, which is already scary because, you know, aliens.
Yep.
Ah!
Yep.
And Parkour Tag
Yep.
gets a new map.
Ooh, wait a minute. Hold on. I like it when there's a new Parkour Tag map. I see slime, I see chains, I see ice. I assume people won't be able to go up here. No, this is definitely, you can't go up here. There's no way. No, you can't. Interesting layout though. Curious to see how this will play.
Prefecture, a larger than usual park.
Oh, yeah, they used bamboo. Okay, interesting. Little nice decorative sign over there. What else? There's not much to read here. I like that. Sorry. I like that about Parkour Tag maps. Is when people don't know the map, or when the map isn't easily memorable, because it means that people have to adapt. And I think one of the main skills in Parkour Tag and Parkour Tag-like games, which you'll see in Chalice Chase 2, and even Blitz Hunt, honestly, is that ability to adapt to the environment and try to juke someone or whatever, right? I think that's always the highlight of these types of games. So I'm excited to see this in action again. Also, just realized with me naming the games, Parkour Tag, Chalice Chase, Blitz Hunt, that genre of game has high comp, because I like Parkour Tag. I know it's not the most popular game in MCC, just permanently. I just don't think people like love it, but I think it's good. The competition is crazy. Blitz Hunt being one of the best Minecraft event games out right now, and Chalice Chase being one of the best Minecraft event games out right now, means it's crazy comp. That's insane.
Parkour Tag map set in urban Japan. Perfect.
Japan? I guess I could see this having somewhat Japanese vibes. Urban Japan makes sense. Urban Japan is, yeah, the rails or the train being over. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I see what they're trying to go for here. That makes sense. Yeah, I like this. It looks cool. It looks nice. It looks compact, and I like this style of map. You'll maybe, if you've watched Block Wars before, for example, the Steam map on Extraction, which I built together with Misty, the one that has like the steampunky kind of houses all together. That's one of my favorites. It's probably the favorite map I've made, because I think it's really cool, and it's good as well. I think that type of genre of map is really sick. I like city themed builds. I especially love it when people are able to pull off compact city themed builds. I think it's really cool.
Larger than usual Parkour Tag map set in urban Japan. Perfect.
Oh, a little sign over,
That's
or
not
the thing.
scary.
Look, it's got pumpkins.
Wait, it says KO, guys. MCC reference? Maybe? I don't know.
That's not scary.
Look, it's got pumpkins and stuff.
Cool.
Okay?
The MCC finale will, of course, be our all-time...
Oh! Whoa.
It's got pumpkins and stuff, okay?
Whoa.
The MCC
Why does that look like an owl that's melting? Maybe just coincidentally the way the thing is done, but that just to me that looked like an owl. I was like, since when is it called orange owls? But no, it's orange oozes. That's crazy. Witch Bolt, always fun though.
The finale will, of course, be our all-time favorite Witch Bolt, where players will sling deadly spells back and forth to eventually discover who is the witchiest of them all. most MCZ Victor off the mall.
And lastly,
Right.
just before we close this video off, we wanted to let you know that MCC
Dude.
has gone and opened.
Oh my god, I have something to say here. It's not like a problem, it's just funny. Obviously, if you don't know, Blue Sky is like a Twitter alternative that people have mostly been moving over to because Twitter announced like a change that they were doing that negatively affects like mainly artists. And obviously the Minecraft community has a lot of artists and also a lot of people that just are associated with that group. So coincidentally, a lot of people decided that moving over to Blue Sky is probably going to be a thing, whether it's permanent now or if it's going to be a permanent thing once Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it fully goes down. It seems to be going pretty well. Blue Sky actually has a good amount of activity. One thing I must note, which... I mean, I assume it's just because maybe the person who initially had this account wasn't was using it, or maybe they just were really excited when the launch of Blue Sky happened. All of the MCC accounts, including Noxru, were following me. They followed me on the first day of Blue Sky, and a bunch of other people as well, I think. And I was like, oh crap, I got followed by MCC. That doesn't happen usually. That's odd, but cool. Thanks. And I checked. They don't follow me anymore. It's not because I did anything wrong. I just think that they wanted to clean up the following list and remove confusion for like who is and isn't an actual permanent player, or just kind of keep it in line with who they follow on Twitter. However, really sad, tragic. Hey, maybe one day. I mean, technically one day. If I play another MCC, technically that qualifies me for a regular participant. So next time, guys, I'll see you in the following list. Probably not. Anyways, doesn't matter. I just wanted to bring it up. I thought it was interesting. Anyways, let's continue.
Opened a Blue Sky account, and we're using it to have a little fun, so you might see some announcements dropped on there a bit earlier than we do on X.
I did see that they revealed the games apparently earlier on Blue Sky. I don't really use Blue Sky super actively. I check it like once a day. But I did hear that apparently they drop things early. So that's cool. I think it's a nice little way to, bring people over to interact with the Blue Sky account. Because I do think Blue Sky is the future of at least our communities all, talking to each other on like a social media platform like Twitter. But curious to see how it'll go long term.
So if you don't use Twitter, but you're a Blue Sky user, then here's one for you. Go follow.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching.
And follow
we
me.
hope to see you at MCC
at Wolfeei. You'll know how to spell Wolfeei, I hope. At Wolfeei. Follow me too. Thank you.
Haunted Hoedown in your fancy dress. See you on
Dress?
Saturday, the 26th of October at 8 p.m. BST.
If you don't know already, as of the time of me uploading this video, that's in one day. Almost exactly 24 hours. 25 hours actually, of me recording right now. I don't know when this video will probably be up at. Yeah, whatever. Anyways. Cool update video. I mean, it's exciting to see MCC back with a regular event. I know a lot of the community on like Reddit has been very excited about this event, has expressed that this is, one of the most hype MCCs to them this year, which makes sense because it's a regular event that they've been asking for. And I think the way they did updates this time around does fit very well with this type of MCC. Obviously, a lot of things that Noxru has been doing this year have been pretty, you could say, over the top. I would say that they've just been trying to maintain a lot of updates and freshness to gauge interest and keep interest. I think they've been doing a good job. I'm excited about this event. It'll be cool. I'm most curious, and I assume we'll probably hear about it very soon after Haunted Hoedown, what we'll have in store for November. Because, if you don't know already, typically how MCC hosts their events, the December event probably won't be late December, which means it'll probably be at latest mid-December, which probably means that, assuming that they still obviously want to take time to do December updates, etc., depending on what they're going to do for November, it'll probably be mid-November that they're going to do their anniversary event, maybe, which means it'll probably be either 3 or 4 weeks after this event, potentially 3, which means that they'll probably announce the event pretty quickly, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll probably hear about it anyways soon enough, but curious to see what they have in store. Anyways, I've yapped for way too long, considering this video is only not even 5 minutes long, and I've been yapping for almost 25 minutes. Yeah, I've been taking my sweet ass time, pulling an I'm Dante. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you all on stream, hopefully, because I'm live right now. Thank y'all for watching. See you later. Goodbye.